Hi, welcome to Specs Empowering Trading and Investments. Today, we'll analyze about a particular script which is doing quite well as per our view, and we'll get into the nitty-gritties of why it's worthwhile to consider this script for investment as such. Normally, you would have seen all these top 50, Nifty 50 companies and blue chip companies, coming as recommendations from equity analysts and fund managers. But for a change, of late you would have seen this trend, even this ordinary scripts, probably you may call it as B class scripts or whatever, and niche scripts as such are doing quite well. Okay, that's a new trend which is coming up in the market. For example, specialty chemicals is actually a very niche area and it's doing quite well. That we have already seen, we have already discussed about this earlier in one of our episodes. Something similar is happening in the market now. So we are going to see about another niche operator today is none other than Salzer Electronics Limited. They are basically into switch gears for momentous growth. That's the kind of corporate slogan they have. And as an organization also, they are able to prove that they can bring in momentous growth for their business. We give such recommendations for trading and investment ideas in our Facebook page. Please do join our Facebook page. The link is given in the description. Please do join us, wherein you will get all the trading and investment related updates. Now we'll go further into the pointers. Salzer Electronics Limited. How far this organization is strong. Salzer's business structure, we'll see. Overall, what do they do? Salzer Electronics is, that's the name of the organization. They have various verticals within the organization. Industrial switchgears, that is contributing a revenue share of 50%, EBITDA margin is 15%. Wires and cables, revenue share of 45% and EBITDA margin of 8%. And they do have a JV in the EV space. They have the long-term foresight they have already got, and they have already identified JV with EV is mandatory for them, and they have already tied up. I think probably Salzer will be one of the early birds to do this kind of foresight. With two giants they have already tied up. One is with Costa and the other one is with E-March. So they have already tied up and the JV is working well. They are already into business. And the fourth vertical is building material. That's a very small share. Hardly it is contributing a revenue share of say 5%. EBITDA margin is also only 9%. So that's not a major revenue. But other three verticals you can focus and they are doing quite well. Let us see the numbers also, where they are getting the numbers, who are their clients. Who are the B2B clients in industrial switchgear segment to whom they are now focusing? You can see the whole list here. Right from Schneider Electric, LMW, Larsen & Toubro, Europa, Components, Alstom, Siemens, Honeywell, Otis, LG, BHEL, Shobha Builders, who else? NTPC, Kone, ABB, all big names, especially from the OE segment. They are now primarily focusing only on the OE segment where they can supply in bulk. They are not into the retail segment at all. So they focus on these clients who are the major bulk consuming OEs. That is their core strength, and their clientele list is quite huge. What we have shown you is only a gist as such. Salzer manufactures a wide range of industrial components and switchgears. On the left hand side you can see what are the products and components they manufacture. Cam operated rotary switches, cable ducts, sensors, DC changeover switches and solar isolators, general purpose relays, and so on. The list is quite huge. If you see on the right hand side, we have shown you other competitors also who are there in the same business. But Salzer is the only organization you can see wherein that is they are offering all the components for this niche market in one roof. That is the USP of Salzer. The entire industrial corridor, electrical, industrial components and switch gears they are able to offer in one roof. That is their USP. That is in terms of good product portfolio. The range is quite good, which none of the other competitors are having. Salzer plans to expand its industrial components and switchgear business. What they are going to do, they are going to increase their operational excellence. To be very frank, their operational excellence is already too good. Their numbers are quite good, which you will be seeing shortly. They are going to venture to new project and product development. New projects we will see subsequently. What are the projects they are going to focus in, and the new products which are going to develop also. Focus on margin improvement. Their margins are already quite good, you can see, but going further, they are able to foresee that their margins will go well. That also will be able to substantiate subsequently. Growth and expansion of existing product verticals. In this, they are extremely strong because they have already identified good OE customers, good projects where they can supply, and those details also we'll see now. See, you can see Salzer's raising exports to drive its revenue performance. If you see the chart, the pie chart was shown here, since FY19 or even I can say since FY18, you can see the growth is now quite consistent for their exports, and see the exponential growth and see what you can foresee where they land up in FY24. Below we have also shown you the globe, where all they have their global presence in terms of customer base and supplies. They have a global presence, so they don't have any regional issues. For example, if one economy is not doing well, they always have the liberty to focus on another economy. So they are not focused on only on one particular region. The risk is spread throughout the globe. That's also a major advantage for them as an organization. They have also identified the strong industrial corridors in India. See, you can see the map. All these green ones are the international airports where they have pitched their products or they'll be pitching. And the major airports, that's also given in green. And the brown ones, what you can see are the dedicated freight corridors now coming up, or which is already halfway through. And you can also see the national investments and the manufacturing zones. Proposed industrial corridors, influence regions of now proposed industrial corridors in India. So overall, they are more of a project vendor, identifying massive big projects and now supplying to them. That is their core strength. Apart from that, their numbers are too good in other verticals also. We just see one vertical alone in which they are giving so much of attention, which we saw earlier. That is their EV segment. You can see the screen here. In EV alone, there are 59x growth opportunity in EV charging stations in the next 10 years. Just see the kind of growth what they have envisaged, and it's also happening for them. Operational charging stations currently is only 427. New stations sanctioned by the government is already 4,453. Already they are able to see a 10x growth, and from here they will be getting a 5x growth to 25,000. That is the total requirement. This is an authentic source from Niti Aayog. So you can just see what kind of growth that this organization is going to get from just one vertical alone. We'll see the other verticals also subsequently now. What is Salzer doing? Let us now get into the nitty-gritties. Salzer is the largest manufacturer of cam-operated rotary switches. What is the market share? Market share is at 20%, and wire ducts also they manufacture. They have a market share of 25% for wire ducts in India. These are the two components primarily with which they started off. What are they? That we have already seen. A preferred supplier to premium capital goods and EPC companies including L&T, Schneider Electric, BHCL, Nuclear Power Corporation, blah blah blah, that we have already seen. That slide. That gave us a detailed picture about who are their OE clients. Switchgear segment contributes 45 to 50% to the overall revenue. That's a major contribution for them, and that is where they can now focus much in projects. That is a major project revenue stream for them, switchgears. While the rest comes from the copper wires and cable business. That's coming to around 40 to 45%. That's also quite sizable. Building materials, very strong but very small component. 5 to 10% only, and energy management is only 5%. These two are quite less in terms of margin contribution, revenue contribution for them. But however, going further, Salzer Electronics Limited is a proxy play or the burgeoning demand, even the strong outlook for electricity generation and related infrastructure development. I don't want to bore you with so many figures, what's the kind of electricity requirement that this country wants, and what is the kind of electricity generation that is going to happen in this country, what is the kind of consumption that is going to happen. Everything is going to go, I can show the figures, and the related infrastructure development. What is a related infrastructure development? Electricity is produced that has to be transmitted. So even for transmission, they need to have their switch gears, other things, blah blah blah, whatever they are now making. So either way, this company will be a winner. That is in terms of generation and in terms of transmission on all this. The demand for electrical components and switch gears is bound to rise due to the replacement of low kVA transmission lines. Please make a note, all the old low kVA transmission lines are getting replaced with high kVA lines. Electrification of railways, development of industrial corridors, metro rail projects, and smart city development projects are now coming up in a big way. So their major projects include railways, industrial corridors, metro rail projects, and smart city projects. So you can see what kind of development is happening in metro rail projects, even in Chennai or Bangalore or Delhi. They are now getting into phase 2, phase 3, etc. Even smart cities, so many cities are coming up. So what is the kind of potential that this company has got? Just think. Here we will come to the numbers. We initiate a view on Salzer with a buy target of INR 388 per share. FY24 EV EBITDA of 7.5x. implying an upside of 97% from the current market price of INR 197. This recommendation we were not supposed to come out by yesterday, but due to some technical issues, we are not coming out only today. But even today, the recommendation holds good. Wherein from the current INR of 197, we are expecting a steep hike of 388. 97% hike is a hike that we are expecting. Just imagine. And we'll see the numbers also. Over the period of FY 21-24E, we expect Salzer's revenue, EBITDA, net earnings to grow at a CAGR of 21.2%, 24.1%, and 38.4%. And we can also see the numbers, revenue also. Imagine how many organizations do have this kind of healthy CAGR, 38.4%. Just think, they are so strong, they are so comfortable. Even though they are a niche operator, they are extremely strong. While EBITDA margins and net margins are expected to improve by 76 bps to 11.0% and 168 bps to 5.1% respectively. Subsequently, return ratios, that is ROE and ROIC, to improve by 626 bps to 12.5% and 495 bps to 13.9% respectively by FY24. So we have a very strong buy view in this script. However, market risks are always there. We also need to show you the last slide which we had to show you. Bull and bear case scenario. Bull case price INR 466. Target price of INR 388. The current price is at 216. So this is the way we analyze each and every given trading and investing opportunity. We teach you how to trade and invest. Even for freshers, we do the hand holding come spoon feeding for you. Okay, so if you are now keen to learn trading and investing, please do join us. You can give us a call to 91769411189 to learn trading and investing, or we can also do a portfolio management for you if you are not keen to learn. And you can also meet your financial goals by making us to plan your trading and investments. Thank you so much for staying back. We will come out with yet another interesting story. Bye bye.